The mole has a wide grin on his face, his wide eyes twitching a little bit, and he unclasps his cloak, takes it off, revealing his incredibly, moderately muscular body. Let me introduce you to my good friend, Pitt.
We're playing Draw Steel, the MCDM RPG, the game where heroes never miss. I'll be running my players through a playtest packet adventure in which they'll have to survive the Fall of Blackbottom. So tonight I think we're going to be running just the first act. If we get that far, I'm not sure. So, we'll start here. You are in. You start in an inn. There's a surprise.
Yes. All reliable.
It is a crisp, chilled morning in the port city of Blackbottom, the largest city in Vaslorian. Ships of all sizes and kinds glide along the still, clear waters of the deep harbor, far above the textured, monolithic black stones lining the bottom of the bay. This ocean port is a free city where different factions, national diplomats, and more can meet in peace and break bread together. You have found rooms in one of its inns, the Sign of the Drunken Fool, so named for the time when the local baron's jesters could drink for free. Nowadays, it is known for its baths, luxurious wooden tubs refilled with hot water heated over large fires. Though the outside air is brisk and salt-scented, the inn is a warm refuge from the chill. And now I want to go around the table and introduce yourself as your characters. We'll start with Aldmir or Aldmir.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that Aldmir is having a nice succulent meal. He just his snout is full of mashed potatoes or some kind of stuff that they prepare here in the kitchen. He's chugging a huge jug of beer and just having a pleasant evening, as I may think it is evening right now. So you see a black scaled draconid wearing just a simple white linen shirt, leather pants. His sword is leaning near to him. Sword is kind of big, like a claymore, if you know those type of swords. And he's just enjoying himself and looking at the other members of his party, and he doesn't know why they're so gloomy or why they're not enjoying this feast.
So I'm guessing that Aldmir has had quite a bit to drink. I started my monologue with "It's a crisp, chilled morning," and Aldmir thinks it's
it's great.
Fine.
It's
That's a character choice, you know. That's
yes,
a choice.
because why should you start a crisp morning without the beer?
Exactly.
So have you been drinking since last night and you think it's still evening? Or is this like you started again in the
I
morning?
think so, but maybe he just enjoys beer too much. It may be his problem.
All right, and we move across the table. Or seated next to it is Esgidiau. I'm gonna have a terrible time pronouncing this. Esgidiau, right?
Yeah. She's probably just unwinding after a long day of doing the church's bidding. You see, she's got long white hair. Sort of maroon skin with reddish black horns, and on her left eye, or on the left side of her face, she has these glowing yellow runes tattooed on her face.
Next to you is Kaelan.
Yes, so Kaelan would probably just be sitting down after coming in from wherever he was staying the night. His hair, he's dark-haired, fair-skinned, and has already groomed himself for the morning. You can see that he tends to have a early rising nature from his upbringing, and he's all geared up and ready to go for the day. He has kind of this well-used, well-worn set of leathers that he's garbed in, and then has these pretty mean-looking bracers that he has on his arms. And then with him, he has his gear along with his. He carries a bow and quiver of arrows and stuff like that with him. And he is probably just sitting down, having ordered some food and things to start his morning.
And sitting directly across from Kaelan sits a stone.
Yes, Lorelei is an imposing presence at the table, given that being Hakan, half giant, she stands easily 7 or 8 foot tall. But at this moment, she is leaned forward. I don't know how Esgidiau feels about this, but Lorelei is currently in the process of questioning her on what it's like being in the Hells. Lorelei is at this point, a vibrant, smiling presence, which is a little bit of a contrast with her garb. She wears a leather jacket and simple shirt, both of which show many signs of wear and tear. They have holes in them, and there is fresh blood stains on the shirt. A sign that she was recently, probably over the course of last night, engaged in a scuffle where she experienced some direct physical wounds. She's holding a wax tablet in her hand and jotting down notes with a stylus that seems to be wrought from bone.
And Shepherd Grez, our other conduit.
Grez has ordered a hearty breakfast of meats and vegetables, and while he's waiting for that, he's gotten a couple of pails of water, and it has draped them over the ends of his of a long shepherd's crook, and is laying down on a couple of chairs and doing various exercises using that as sort of an improvised barbell. He's got a nice smock that's folded neatly on top of a table, so he's bare chested. and just occasionally as the conversation goes on, piping in, paying attention, but mostly waiting for his food and getting his early morning workout in.
And then there's the mole.
The mole, as you might expect, is sitting cross-legged beneath the table, with a full pot of stew betwixt his legs, and he's wearing these loose, baggy pants, incredibly tattered, a cloak around his shoulders, and a hood half up over his head, and the cloak is absolutely terribly filthy, never been washed, bloody, caked in stains. And he's got this wide grin on his face, showcasing his kind of cracked and almost a little crooked tusks. And he's shoving one hand into the pot of stew and feeling around. And then he sort of gives a frown, and he pulls that hand out, shakes it off a little bit, reaches into his pocket and pulls out a bag of what might be expected to be spices, but when he pours it into the stew, it's rocks. He's pouring rocks into his stew, and that puts a smile on his face.
So we'll move on. In the morning, just before dawn, tranquility permeates the walls, a sign of the drunken fool. The smell of breakfast, smoked fish and herbs on crisp bread, sizzling eggs with lobster folded in, and the gentle scent of the baths stir the guests awake, or drowsily delaying their waking for just 5 more minutes. And then the world erupts. A deafening crash, earthquake and thunder, all at once, explodes across the air, white hot and all-consuming. I'll show you. Chaos greets you in the form of fiends, screams, and fire. Flames devour the hole in the middle of the floor, widening its burn, gaping maw. Debris from the burning roof crumbles, crashing into the floor. Frenzied fiends with wicked claws, barbed tongues, and foul saliva prowl toward you, underscored by cries of pain, screams for help, and the cackling glee of more fiends on the hunt for prey. There are people in here who need help, some able to call for it and some not. The building can't be saved from imminent collapse, but the people inside can if you act quickly. There are 3 demons pressing on you in this chamber in the hall. Okay, who wants to do it? Let's start with Aldmir. Roll.
Let's roll.
Big money, no whammies.
Yeah. 9.
So one of you goes first.
As Grez is not seated, I think he might be the quickest to react to this. Quickly glancing around and seeing the chaos and the fiends, Grez is going to mutter under his breath a prayer as he throws his robes on. So we're gonna throw 2d10, and I get a double boon on that, which is good because I got a 7. So that's gonna give me 1.
And what are you doing?
Let's see here. I can have a maneuver, an action, and a move. First, I'm going to use my action to use my signature ability, Holy Lance. And on a 9, he will take 2 holy damage, and I get to pull him 2 squares. Okay, I'm going to pull him to that square.
Start mouth.
So that is the 2 damage from your power roll. Then it's 5 extra, so that's 7.
And then with my movement, I will run up and over the table that I'm guessing we're seated around.
Yes.
Hasn't loaded in yet. Run up and over the table to the door. Let's see if I can figure out how to move. There we go, to there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to throw open the door.
Open.
Sweet.
I'm not going to scan. I'm just doing a quick scan for any people in there who are alive.
You don't see any people. That room looks like it's about to collapse at any moment. Fire is just leaping up and consuming all of the wood in there. Reach 1, okay, it'll move up here. It screeches at the top of its lungs, which it has like 6 lungs, so it's very loud. And it's going to move here. 2 creatures or objects. That's awesome. It's to target 2.
Okay.
It's gonna be Kaelan and Esgidiau. So you're both gonna take 6 damage.
Esgidiau will shift. Actually. And then I'll use my split beam for my kit.
9 damage for this one and the falling one.
And then with my maneuver, I will pray. I have a double beam or a double edge so that I can 2 piety and I can use my domain effect. Alright, so I guess I just shoot a beam of sunlight at it.
A beam of sunlight at this one that's closest to you, or the one falling? The one in front of you looks tougher. The one falling is sort of flailing about.
Okay, yes, and I'll shoot it at the one that's falling. The honest.
Okay, and that is 11.
Yep.
Before you end your turn, could you move to this square up here?
Yeah, I could have seen both of them from there, so sure.
Okay, sweet.
You can also make your move up.
Let's move the ruin up to and he gets a 14.
Okay.
That's second tier, so that's going to be 5 damage.
Kaelan will go ahead and strap on the quiver that he had with him as all of this kicked off, and then we'll go ahead and call out to Demon right in front of him and say, "All right, buddy, let's dance." And I will go ahead and make a signature ability, Let's Dance, against this thing. And so I will make a power roll with a +2 bonus. And then I should have an edge from flanking, is that correct?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So, and then with a tier 3 on that, I do 7 damage against it, and I slide 2. So I would like to kind of bob and weave a little bit and then kind of grab its arm and do a shoulder throw over and slide it kind of right through those 2 squares into the hole there.
Into the hole, of course. You say, "Let's dance," and then you block it, and you see that it screeches and does not like that punch.
So it's 7 damage. So it would be reduced to 2 if it has immunity 5.
However, The mole would like to use his triggered action, Earthen Force, to implore your strike. It's an additional 6 damage.
Oh, jeez.
Like to do.
Jesus.
When a target makes a melee attack within my range, I can empower it to deal extra damage equal to 3 times my reason score. My reason score is 2, so that's 6 extra damage.
You see that at first you hit it, and it's expecting the hit. It's laughing. It's garbage. Its tentacles, and then a little stone envelops your entire fist as you clock it, and it's surprised. And you're able to, with that punch, move it over, and it starts to flail as it starts to fall. You peek over the side as it falls, and it falls directly on a shard of burning, like a burning plank. It skewers it, and it turns completely to ash. And
Excellent. I will take a step. Probably let's go right over here. Do I want to move? I think Kaelan will start moving this direction, but as he's stepping away, I will mark this thing as a maneuver so that everybody gets a bonus, an edge to power rolls and deals an extra 2 damage. Kaelan doesn't like the look of those planks, so he's actually going to stick closer to the wall there. And then can I open this door that I got right next to while I'm here? Just peeking inside, do I see anybody that's in there?
Do you see anybody that's in there that is T? You don't see anybody, but you do hear a screaming voice in common, normal, everyday language, common language.
Kaelan.
And it sounds like someone is in trouble.
The mole has a wide grin on his face, his wide eyes twitching a little bit, and he unclasps his cloak, takes it off, revealing his incredibly, moderately muscular body. Got a bit of punch. And he goes over to the wall and puts the cloak on a coat hanger. Let me introduce you to my good friend, Pit. And with Power of Stone, I'm going to kick him away. Using the Elementalist ability, Practical Magic, I can use the knockback maneuver, but with a reason test instead of might.
18.
Really?
So close to a crit.
So that's a push 3.
Oh, goodbye.
And as he's hurtling through the air, I whip out my pickaxe and I throw it, and I yell, "Spike!"
It hits the floor and screeches again. Kaelan, I think you have a better shot at it, and it's writhing on the floor in pain.
I'll finish up by doing another 2 squares down. There we go.
Lorelei will dart give a quick nod to Kaelan and Aldmir, who she's worked with a few times before, and dart forward. Quickly, burst of speed, dashes forward, slaps the door open, taking a quick scan for any survivors within the room.
As you burst this door open, you see a token with a big C on it. Now, you see a civilian passed out on the floor.
Lorelei gestures back and go to Aldmir and goes, "Draconic might moves fools who are asleep," and then just keeps running. So another 2 squares with the rest of her 7 move, and then as a maneuver, is going to just drops a vial of ink, which explodes into smoke and not slides. What is the term? Shifts 2 squares.
Oh, nice.
To get a good view of this open doorway through here, to see if she can hear or see any civilians within, just kind of like peering around the corner.
The floor of this room has completely collapsed, leaving a hole to the second floor.
Okay.
Alrighty, and no civilians though.
You are on the 3rd floor. Yes, no civilians.
Okay, I will convert my action to a move and move another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squares.
Nice.
Inside here, 2 civilians are trapped by fallen debris. And if you want, you can, not on this turn, obviously, but you can spend a, hold on. See who succeeds. Yeah, okay. You can spend a maneuver to make a might test trapped under these boards. And if you want, you can spend a maneuver to make that test and free them from boards.
Okay, good to know.
I guess Aldmir had tried to finish the remains of the beer that he had, and look at all opponents were decimated and shapes and crushing his jug on the floor, and I guess that will be a perfect time for me to roll a D3 to find out how much rage you have. At the beginning. So roll D6 and divide it by 2.
Yep.
I think Lorelei had told us that one of the civilians is inside nearest room. So I guess I will use my movement and my maneuver to dash, essentially. So I have speed of 6, so I will move 1. No, why didn't it?
So I will say, the civilian in this chamber, closest to the mole, you can spend a maneuver to wake that civilian up.
Okay.
Or you, I don't know, are you going to the ones by Lorelei?
To the one that near the mole.
Okay, cool.
So I was standing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You can get there in 5 because diagonal movement costs the same.
Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm just waking him up, I'm lifting him up like a ragged doll and just wake up. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah,
lying here.
They wake up and they're like, what happened? Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't you see there the big pit inside the inn? Just shoo, run away.
Yes, sir. Yes, my lord. I will. And they flew.
1, 2, 3, 4, and I will stop here. And I guess that's all.
And then we go to round 2.
Alright, so part of my ability, my signature ability, Lightfall, is that I can teleport each ally in the area to a square within the area.
Oh shoot!
That's so cool.
They get teleported from the south end of the square to the north end, right next to Lorelei.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah, they sort of glow with this radiance and phase out, and standing near Lorelei. That is another 2 civilians you have saved. They flee.
Alright, and then I will pray. I get +2 and edge. I'm so used to the first playtest where they were called boons and banes.
Oh, that's tier 1.
Yep. So I take 1d6.
E.
Oh, dude.
2.
So Kaelan can step forward and say, "Weak, we can finish it off," and then we'll ready a bow shot and be ready to combine with whoever.
I'll just save us all the trouble and just use a divine weakness. So this has an edge because of the tactician, right?
Yes, if it's an attack, then you get an edge on attacks with it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So 15 deals 11 plus 2 plus my intuition. She Flavoring the bleeding damage, she is contracted by cosmic law to cut her own hand, but when she does, the blood just turns black, and so does the demon, and just slurp its essence from it.
You bit.
What? You what?
Demons are highly nutritious.
And I'll make a mad dash toward Kaelan and kick open all of the other doors along the way.
Well, Aldmir will be running towards the shouting that had occurred here, I guess. Here. How to delete this pointer? Okay, never mind. Well, what's the best? I guess I will use my action as move action and move twice my speed. So
we're not in initiative right now.
Hang on. We're not. Okay.
So
okay, great.
I'm just gonna say, you do like one thing, and then we can move to the next person, and the next go down.
Okay, great. Then I will try to run near Kaelan and go inside the room that he opened and check inside. Did Harry check? I guess. No, another door. We have opened one, and we haven't seen anything there. But we haven't opened the left door.
And Esgidiau, you were going to do what? You said kick down the door?
Keep her kicking the door open with her massive reptilian legs. It just shatters it. Yeah. And I'll spend one of my recoveries.
So Esgidiau, you go into this chamber, and it's quite destroyed, but like it used to be, where they had all the baths. I don't know if Esgidiau would have had a bath here, but it is empty and mostly destroyed, unlike what it looks like. But you don't see any civilians, you don't see any creatures at all.
So I would like to get a further look into this room and try to kind of see if I can figure out where the screaming was coming from.
Absolutely. Move your speed just for now.
Okay. Turn off my ping mode. All right. So, 1. Come on. There we go. 1, 2, 3.
You see
4.
A changing room or something that is now in a state of disrepair.
All right. I can see kind of further in. There appears to be some bats and stuff. So I'm gonna continue.
The screaming of a humanoid creature and the grumbling and screeches of a demonic entity grow much louder.
Oh boy. Okay. So that's I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is my full speed.
Yes, you see that a civilian is being attacked by a frenzy. You see the
okay.
Bad guy.
If I still can take the rest of kind of take my turn kind of thing, I would like to do a ranged attack. And then but before I do that, I would try to mark this thing and say just kind of marking it and saying, you're gonna stop right here.
Okay.
You criminal skunk.
I would think
to you, and it looks with its horrifying demonic face and screeches.
I'll do just a ranged free strike with my bow, because that will do more damage against a single enemy. So I have a bonus of +2 plus my mark, which makes +4. Oh, I was so close. So I will just, seeing it kind of harrying that civilian, I will just try and pull back my bow and do a sharp shot to try and just pin it to the floor there.
And it legs and then starts to turn to ash. And the civilian, who is not a please, he thanks you. Thank you. And
Get out of here.
All right. So hearing the sounds of scuffle from down below, Grez is gonna lock eyes with the mole and say, "There's more on the next level," and I'm gonna hop down to the second floor.
Oh shit.
what you find, I'll remove you from this map. You hear as you
He's
talk
the Ajax.
Aldmir saying, "What the hell are you doing?" You hear God as well saying, "What the hell are you doing?" Yeah, that goes all the way down. You see a floor in between where there's that massive hole goes all the way down to the first floor. You still hear screaming, more demon gargle.
I will move towards the nearest unopened door here
Okay.
and open it and check inside.
Civilian is being attacked by a pit blade in action to try and
Yeah.
get rid of this thing. It's kind of just it's as its mouth tentacles kind of latched onto the civilian's face and is starting to looks like a little chicken, a demon chicken.
I have a kit signature ability called Devastating Rush, and it says that I can move up 3 squares straight toward the target before this attack. So does it mean that I should that I can use it even if I wasted all my movement, or should it be a part of my move action? 2 squares, so we add 2 damage to the result, and we make power roll 2d10 plus 2, and we make, oh my god, 16 damage plus 2, 18 damage. Just Aldmir opening the door, saying, "There is nothing in here." Oh my! And just on the reflexes, on the rage that he imbued with right now, just rushes towards the Spitling and in corkscrew manner with his wings spread out, just impales this nasty, gnarly creature to the floor and just taps him several times with his sword. And after he kills this Spitling with an ichor from it on his white linen shirt, turns to the civilian. "You're all right now. Just go."
Thank you, sir, please. Oh my goodness. So, am I hearing y'all that you're all going downstairs?
Yep.
I believe so.
The magnitude of the situation settles in the mind like ash on scarred earth. This floor, too, is rampant with fiends whose claws and abyssal magic have left corpses in unrecognizable tatters. The building groans, sagging into itself as detritus rains down. That's not my vernacular, usually. Meteoric and foreboding. Distant screams are barely heard over the frantic shrieks of a group of humans fleeing towards the stairs, fiends hot on their heels. You can move yourselves, actually, you just went down the stairs, but you can move yourselves anywhere within 2 squares of the border of the steps. So I'll let you all do that first, since I was the one to plop down. I don't know what
Border.
I'm sorry. This time, it's gonna do these things better. Hopefully. It has a speed of 6.
And starting from that square it's just moving into, it's all difficult terrain as ink begins forming around its feet, as words, a little poem begins forming on its legs, slowing it down.
It's gonna take Kaelan and this civilian through.
I'm gonna use my divine disruption to reduce that damage by 2.
Of course you will. That makes it 0 damage. As it leads out, and Kaelan, with its tentacles, they're sweaty, they're gross, they're demonic, they're tentacles. And it lashes out against you and also that civilian. But how does it fail?
I pull on my divine dagger and just and I just reflect the sunlight coming from the giant hole in the ceiling and blind it temporarily.
Yes.
I shall conjure up a bit of debris, although I don't have to look too far considering this fucking place is falling apart. So signature ability as an earth elementalist, debris, a 3 cube within 12 because of my kit. So the debris of the area almost like magnetically is just pulled into that area, and it's, you know, whipping them, hitting them, and then making the entire area difficult terrain.
Okay. Hold on.
One of them gets turned to mulch.
Yeah, one of them gets turned to mulch. And then the next one, okay. You dealt 4 damage to the next one. As it just sort of, it tries to crawl out of it, but it just starts to slash at itself. It just completely just kaputs.
And then with my maneuver, I will use practical magic to just deal an automatic 2 points of damage to the ruinant that is closest to us.
I prefer my magic impractical, but okay. They're gonna convert their.
And then
But that is that squad of minions, the frenzied.
I feel like we should take out these squads first. Y'all can focus down on the ruinant with your big boy powers. Yeah.
So, Kaelan, on his turn, will be able to help all of the civilians move if he uses the phalanx forward thing. So, and then they can, as their move, do some shifting if we want to incorporate that. Just to keep that in mind.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I'll still do it on. Actually, with that in mind, I'll do it on the pitling minions. Take 9 damage, and if the target deals damage to another creature before the end of their next turn, they take an additional 1d10 lightning.
Oh, no, further away. No.
I can still reach the pitlings from here.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
Jeez. Yeah, you see in the room that is closest to you. It's completely engulfed in flames. A fire blazes in this chamber, and there is a 4 square wide gap that separates the civilian from the door. There's a civilian trapped under some boards. Smoke also floods this chamber. I'm not sure if you can reach that just yet.
I'll move. Not this.
Yeah, there's someone screaming, "Help! Devil! Oh! Wait, hold on." You're calling out to the pitlings. You're like taunting them.
Absolutely. Come on, you fucks.
Okay, 1 creature or object per minion. So it's going to be
Oh boy.
the 3 heavies, or the 3 heavy-looking ones. The mole, Aldmir, and Kaelan. This will go to Kaelan.
All right.
This will go to the mole first, since you're being so taunting.
Excellent.
Damage. You take 2 poison damage. So
I think not for my ward.
Oh.
Ooh.
You don't need to reduce it for me. I have a ward.
what's your ward?
A ward of pebbles. I have ranged immunity equal to my highest characteristic score, which is 2.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Enemy squares of you damages you with a ranged ability. You deal damage to that enemy equal to your highest characteristic score. And that's not even a triggered action for me. That just happens when I get hit.
What the heck?
You nearly kill another pitling as it launches an attack at you.
Pitling versus mole. Mole always wins.
And then the second attack against just talking to myself at this point. That is 10, so that's going to be another 2 poison damage to
No, this time
unless he can reduce.
they'll take 10 lightning damage.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I think that evaporates the rest of them.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Oh my god.
So, oh my god. This one spits out at Aldmir, and the spit it hits you, so you take 2 damage.
Yes.
And then immediately they are immediately vaporized by a bolt of light.
Wait, that killed all 3 of them?
Killed all of them.
Yeah.
You did
Yeah.
damage. They're little
Fuck yeah.
guys. I mean, come on.
So I'm thinking it might be a good time for Kaelan to go to try and get the civilians out of the way, and then that way everybody else can kind of move into a better position to start their turn, if that's workable for people.
Yeah.
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 So Kaelan will go ahead and at the start of his turn, he gains the 2 focus that he needs to call out to the entire group. So within 10 squares, all allies can move up to their speed. And for the civilians, if they want to, they can shift instead, where each square costs 2 squares of movement. So I'm instructing everybody to the civilians can move where they want, and then everybody else can move up to their speed. If they shift, they won't take opportunity attacks.
If you move your full speed, you will.
And they can shift how many squares?
So each square of movement that they take while they're shifting for their movement costs 2 squares.
2, 3, and escape. You save another 4. So
Excellent. Okay. And then so everybody who ends their turn adjacent to a enemy can, I believe, push that enemy 1 square and then move into the square that they are pushed from.
Aldmir, do you want to push the Ruinant off the ledge?
I guess so, yeah.
If not, I can take that spot, wherever you want to be. But and I am shifting 3, because I have a movement of 7, so whoop, whoop. That provoking.
I will stay where I am. I'm good.
And as far as push 1 goes, I would like to push the Harrier minion the frenzied below me into the other frenzied, dealing 1 damage to each of them, I believe. As part of Kaelan, let us all move, and as part of the move, and if we end next to an enemy, we can shove someone 1 square. So I'm going to shove the 2 minions together. So Lorelei slips through and then just pulls out her pen, draws a quick little poem, and then throws it forward. And the words cause the 1 minion to stumble back in horror into the other minion, as it is a poem written in Angel, the language of devils, which the demons abhor.
and then they are shoved back, and they each take what?
So they will actually still stay where they are, because I'm basically pushing the one back into the other one who can't move, who is like in the way. So they will each take 1.
Yes, and then, but if anybody else, like the mole or Aldmir, wants to do a push, they can before this action is resolved.
Yep, I'll try to push. Who is he again? Ruinant.
I'll push the Ruinant as well.
Yeah. Double push.
1, 2, boom!
Okay, and then what's the push? We did this, we said this.
So it could be pushed off into the square that is, off the edge.
Oh, okay.
I assumed. Like that's...
You push this thing, and it falls off the edge. I'm gonna say that it falls to the ground and is skewered.
So that was my maneuver. So I will go ahead and take my action to do a double shot and target 2 of those minions there.
Yeah, and I'll beef it up with my triggered action, Earthen Force, to deal an extra 6 damage.
Does that work with ranged attacks?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. It's only for melee.
Okay, so that is tier 3, so that does 7 damage to each of them. 7 to each, so a total of 14 to the group.
You take out 2 more of these Harrier, these frenzied minions. How does that look? Oh my god, you left. You moved.
So as I am backing away, I just draw 2 arrows from my quiver and just really quickly shoot 2 of them, and it just pierces through their chest area, hitting a lot of their internal organs and doing a ton of damage there. That will be my turn, actually. So I got my movement from my maneuver, the phalanx forward. So I will go ahead and take my full movement again, just to move farther northeast a little bit.
Okay, hold on. In this area where you are, there are 2 civilians cower in this area. They're frozen in fear, and you can use a maneuver to encourage them to leave if you want.
Okay, I don't have a maneuver left on this turn, so I will just kind of say, all right, hold tight.
Do you want to take it, Aldmir? I'll go rush for the door.
Yeah. I just impale it on my claymore, and I guess it's kind of stuck on the blade, and I just trying to take it away with my leg to get away from my sword.
Nice. I'm trying.
I hate when they talk back.